Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of For the Par Mind Body Golf, Break 35. So today we're on our second course at Jonagorn, which is the Carthegena course. We're on the first tee box, and in order to break 35 today, we need to hit a 1 over. So it's a 33 strokes on the front nine here. So let's dive straight into it and see how we get on. First shot of the day. My playing partner today is a lot more in tune with doing his warm-ups and routines prior to playing, so gave me some good habits, and we both did a bit of warming up prior to actually getting out on the course, so can't blame first swing jitters today. 3-wood off the tee, and on this occasion we just push it to the right a little bit. Actually not a bad shot at all. Just a casual push to the right, leaving us on the right hand side just off the fairway. So interesting second shot here. I had probably about 130, 140 into the green, but as you can see I've got this telephone pole in front of me, trees on the right covering the right hand side of the green, which is kind of in line with where the flag was that day. And again, just the swing is not quite where it needed to be at this time, so again just caught it a little bit funny, and it ended up doing a fade. Nice short shape if I meant to do it, I didn't on this occasion, so we've ended up in the right side green bunker. On this bunker shot, frankly, I just caught it fat. The sand was wet. I didn't really take that into account. Caught a lot of sand before the ball, and it just trickled out onto the front edge of the green. So we've got a putt, but not the start we wanted. Whilst I know I had shots on the front nine, I wasn't planning on using all of them on the first hole. So that's a 3 putt on the very first hole for a 6, 2 over as we go on to hole 2. So second hole tee box here, I've got 163 to the pin, I've got 8 iron in hand, and frankly I'm absolutely thrilled with this shot. It's ended up pin high, just to the right of the flag, and yeah, after the first hole I am absolutely taken aback by the turnaround I've made here. Just didn't trust the break on this one. Not the worst putt in the world, but yeah, easy tap in for a par. We'll take that and move on to the third hole. Third hole, this is a nice short par 4. It's kind of the theme of this golf course for the most part. It's not a particularly long course. So we take a 4 iron here, strike it absolutely lovely. It's pure. It's just ended up just on the right hand side of the edge of the fairway. But yeah, really pleased with this tee shot. I got a little bit excited when I hit this wedge shot. It was all over the pin in the air. It actually just bounced probably 3-4 inches to the left of the flag and has just rolled on a little bit, but really happy with the approach shot here, and let's hope for a putt for birdie. Really good pace on this putt. It just had the line wrong. I thought it was going to turn a little bit more than it did. I think the previous hole put me off a little bit, but yeah, another tap in par. We move on to the fourth, 2 over. Fourth hole tee box again. Nothing particularly exciting with this hole. It's a nice straightforward, fairly short par 4. There is the opportunity if you want to take a 3-wood or a driver to go for the green. The risk reward is just not there for me. It gets very tight. There's a lot of bunker coverage. So I take a 4 iron and I've just pured it down the middle once again. Yeah, really pleased with how the 4 iron's performing for me today. Let's try and get up and down for the bird. Not a terrible wedge shot here. Again, after seeing what my chip did on the last green, I was kind of expecting it to roll out towards the pin. So I landed in middle of the green, but it just bit its teeth in, and we've stayed there. So bit of a long putt here, leaving us probably 20-30 foot. I'll be happy with a 2-putt par here for sure. And we get it. 2 putts, par, move on. So we join us here on the 5th tee box. We are still 2 over. So after that atrocious first hole, the rest have been reasonable. 3-wood in hand. I don't know quite what was going on with my 3-wood swing here today. It was a very pushy day. A lot of ball going right in general, and the 3-wood just amplified that even further. So tee shot here, it travelled plenty, but we just ended up right side, blocked out by some trees. Here I tried to do something that frankly isn't quite in my bag at the moment, which was a low fade or low cut. And whilst the ball did exactly the shape I wanted it to, it did it about a foot off the ground, whereas I wanted it to be closer to 6 feet off the ground. So, you know, a little bit of work to be done there. But yeah, we're now middle of the fairway, and let's try and get up and down for the par. My short game's been an area of my game where I've been really pleased as of late, especially moving into these new Vokey wedges. Just generally have been feeling very good. And again, this approach shot, I honestly thought it was in the hole. Turned out it was probably 4 foot short, but yeah, in terms of line, distance, etc., really pleased. Now we've got a 4 foot putt for a par hit on what is the 3rd hardest hole on the course, so very pleased. And no real drama there, we sink the putt for the par. So that is all pars bar the first hole. We'll move on to the 6th, par 3, and see if we can close out this break 35 in style. Par 3, this is not or shouldn't be a difficult hole. For some reason, I always make it difficult. I cannot seem to find the right club. I need almost like a 8.5 iron, or at times a 9.5 iron. This varies from a pitching wedge to an 8 iron, but so many times I found myself at the back of the green. So I've taken a 9 here, probably I think it was 155 on the day to the flag. So I kind of knew I was going to end up short unless I absolutely pured it. It was a good shot, and we're down the flag, but just a bit short. So long putt here for a birdie, mainly looking to close out with a par here. First putt, the pace was great, but as you can see straight away the line was just off. It was never going to turn that much, but a little tap in for the par. Let's move on to hole 7, the hardest hole on the course. As was the theme this day, pushed the drive again with the 3-wood, and every single shot you can see my head instantly tilt to the left, looking right, making sure I know where the ball is. It's the worst miss you can have on this hole. It's completely blocked out by trees, and I know I'm just going to be in a world of pain when I find my ball, but we'll move down there and see if we can recover the hole. So as I thought, blocked out by trees. Here I'm looking to play just a nice punch shot into the fairway, and for some reason I try and go for the small window of the two. You can see there's a window on the left that I could have just gone straight through. I tried to go through the small on the right, and lo and behold, I caught the tree. Lesson learned here, team. If you're going to play or take your medicine, take it properly. There's no point in taking part of your medicine and hoping for the best. Just take it and move on. So we're going to play our 3rd from also out of the rough, which is not what we were aiming to do here. So I mentioned this was the hardest hole on the course. We've still got 200 plus yards into the green here. So I've got my 4 iron in hand. I am going for it. I want to try and get up and down if I can, for the par obviously. But walking away with 5 wouldn't be the end of the world. Struck this absolutely awesome actually. I was really pleased. It's just, it's got to come out really clean, quite low spin because of the rough, and we've ended up top left of the green. So let's see how the putting gets on. So first putt here, unfortunately we left ourselves on the top shelf of the green, so it was a hard read. Pace was really good, just unfortunately didn't start it far enough left as I was looking at the hole, and we've just rolled out to probably 2 or 3 foot left as you're looking at the hole. So let's see if we can tidy this up. And unfortunately, I think it was just a lapse of judgment, just lipped out. So that is our 2nd non-par of the day, and it's a 2nd double bogey. So we are now 4 over for the 9. We're going to need a couple of birdies to bring us back into contention here. I'm a big fan of this par 3. Again, this is, just to remind you all, this is a very short course, so there are 4 par 3s in total. And this one's probably my favourite actually. No particular reason, it's a very well protected green, just it's framed incredibly well on the tee box, it just looks the part. We're taking a pitching wedge here to about 145 yards, and frankly we catch this so nicely, and we've ended up pin high, probably 10-15 foot from the hole. So let's see if we can get one of those 2 birdies we need on the next 2 holes. Now you can probably see a ball marker next to my ball here. No, me and my playing partner are not playing a scramble. That literally is how close he and I ended up on the green here. So I'm obviously giving him the line because I was about an inch further out. And I think I feel like I read this quite well, but it again just didn't break anywhere near as much as I thought. Pace was really good, leaving us with a tap in par, keeping us at 4 over through 8 holes. Let's go on to the last and close out this episode of Break 35. So last hole of the day here, or at least for this episode, and 3 wood in hand, really working to try and not have another push from the tee box, and I think we just overcompensated slightly. So we've ended up left hand side of the fairway. It was a bit of a overcooked draw, but it was not a push, so I was kind of happy with that as a takeaway. So let's see if we can get up and down for the birdie. So I've got my 48 degree in hand here, probably 120 left into the green. 48 degree, just it caught this so nicely, and it's just flown at the flag. I cannot explain to you how happy I was with my approach play today, but we've just sailed past unfortunately, and ended up on the back of the green on the fringe here. One thing that you'll learn about me as you watch more episodes of this, unlike one of my favourite YouTubers, Rick Shields, who will use any excuse to get the Texas wedge out. Same with Bubby Golf. I'm not particularly confident with the putter in hand around the green. So you'll see me more often than not playing a chip, and you'll see why with this shot actually. So we're back of the green, and just hit this 56 degree so nicely, rolling perfectly at the hole. I thought for all the money in the world it was in, and it's just unfortunately hit it with a little bit too much pace, and just gone straight through. But a tap-in putt for the par. No dramas here. So all in all, team, that is a 4 over for this episode of Break 35, leaving us with 37 total net or gross. I'm really enjoying recording these episodes of Break 35. It's a hell of a challenge. Like on either course, it's challenging. Obviously on this side, slightly more easy. You've got a little bit more leeway on your score, but it's just an awesome challenge to be undertaking, and it's really testing me as a golfer and my golf game. So I hope you're enjoying it as much as I am. If you have any comments or if you've got any feedback for me, please leave them in the comments down below. I'd really appreciate it. This is a series that I'm enjoying. There'll be another episode coming very soon. I do apologise, there's been such a big gap between this episode and the last. Lots of things going on outside of golf, fitness and things like that in my world at the moment, but I promise we'll be back to resuming a usual video schedule very shortly. If you've got this far in the video, thank you so much, I really appreciate it. As always, just a very quick ask, if you would be so kind, please hit that like button. If you're not a subscriber here and you've got this far, amazing, I appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel, it's totally free. We're trying to build a community here for people to discuss their golf game and to talk through challenges they're having, whether it be in golf, in fitness, or in mental health. So reach out, let me know if there's anything that I can record or put on the channel for you. But I've got nothing more to say other than I've been Alex, this has been For the Par Mind Body Golf, and I'll see you in the next video.